Hello everyone, thanks for joining me again today. And today's delicious dish is green chili chicken curry. So this is made up of two parts. The first is the marination process and the second is the curry. So let's get cooking. Okay, so I have 1 kilogram of chicken drumsticks. You can use any part of the chicken that you want. I just prefer to use this because of the bone. To this I'm going to add 1 large sliced red onion, and this is 1 large pureed onion or 2 medium. In this case I've got 2 medium onions and they're pureed just in an electric blender. I then have 1 tablespoon of minced garlic and 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. I have 125 grams of Greek yogurt. Then I have half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of Garam Masala, 1 teaspoon of salt, the juice of 2 small Indian lemons, and I have 3 small Indian green chilies sliced. We're now going to mix everything. I have put on a glove, partly because I have long nails and partly because it's green chilies and spices and you don't really want that on your hands. So you just need to make sure that everything is mixed properly and that you massage all the spices and all the yogurt and especially the lemon juice into all the chicken. The lemon juice and the yogurt will help to tenderize the chicken, makes it nice and juicy. Make sure you move it up and down a little bit so you can see a bit of everything everywhere. And that is it. You can leave that to do its work, as I say, for either 2 to 3 hours or leave it overnight like I do. So to a non-stick frying pan, I'm adding some oil. You need at least 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil. I'm using sunflower oil. So the oil is now hot. So you just need to add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, half a teaspoon of jeera. I do like to just rub this together in my palms to just release a bit of the flavour. Once that's done, I'm going to turn the heat down and add a couple of curry leaves. As soon as they start to pop and sizzle a bit, I'm going to add the chicken. Now be very careful as the chicken is wet, so it can splatter. And what I like to do is add all of the chicken pieces in first. Mind you, the gas is on a low heat at the moment. And then once I've added all the chicken, I will then add all the other things that we added to the marinade, like the onions, for example. You will also see that it has released a lot of juices as well, which will also help with the cooking. Now, I did marinate mine overnight, but as I said yesterday when I was doing the marination, you don't have to do that as long as you leave it at least like an hour or 2. But you will see that because I have left it longer, it has given it sort of a better colour as well because it releases the colour from the onions. So what you need to do now is leave this open, do not put a lid on it, and let it cook until the pinkness has gone. This should take about 15 minutes on a medium to high heat, and just every few minutes give it a stir. You will see there are some areas already where the pink has started to go. So until all of that pink has gone, you just need to keep cooking it. So leave it as it is. It doesn't matter if it browns a little, that just gives it a better flavour, but just let that continue itself. So as you can see, while it cooks, it starts to release more juices, as you can see. So just going to give it another stir now. Still a few more that are pink still. It does take a little bit of time, so you do need to be patient, because unlike other curries, no liquid is added to this recipe. So anything that the chicken releases itself, and also the coriander and chili paste that we're going to add later, those are the only juices that we really use. The onions as well, as they soften, they start to release a bit of juice as well. So a little bit of pink left on these still. So I'm just going to let that cook a little bit longer. You need to cook it until it's at least 80% cooked before you add anything else. So for the time being, we're going to let it continue to just brown like this, and get rid of all the pink. As you can see, very little pink is left now. This needs to be about 80% cooked before you actually put the lid on. You can see the onions have softened and started changing colour as well now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the heat down to medium low, and then I'm just going to cover it and cook it like this for another 15 minutes. So it's been 15 minutes and it's time to check on our chicken. As you can see, a lot of juices have now been released. I like to think of this chicken curry as a bit of a magic one actually, because there's very few curries where you don't need to add water, and it's really good how it just releases its own juices. So you can see now the chicken is pretty much cooked. The pink you can see is from the onions, it's not because the chicken isn't cooked. So yeah, I have turned it down, so I'm going to turn it back up a little bit now. At this point now, what you need to do is you need to add in your coarsely ground coriander and chili. Remember not to make it a paste, it needs to remain like this, so it's a little bit kind of a coarse texture. And then give it a good stir. The smell of this is not like any other curry that you've ever had, I assure you. It's so fresh, so zingy from the coriander. Such a nice fragrance for this curry. Just give it a good stir, make sure you get it everywhere. I'm gonna cover this now for another 5 minutes just to let all those flavors absorb. I'm going to leave the heat on a medium to high just so that it keeps bubbling. Just going to put the lid back on and let it cook for 5 to 10 minutes. So it's been 5 to 10 minutes, so we just need to check on our chicken. As you can see, it has changed colour quite a bit. The green that was a vibrant green has now lightened, which shows that the coriander and the chilies are cooked. The chicken is also nicely browned and has also taken on the colour of the juices. As you can see, it's very soft, it's falling off the bone, which is what you want. At this point, you would need to taste it and add salt, but as I say, it's as per your taste. What you do need to do now is leave it open on a low heat like it is now, and then just add, I've got here 2 medium-sized green chilies that I've just slit into pieces, and then just add those on top. If you don't want a bit of extra spice, you don't need to add those. It just gives a nice little taste, a little bit of a kick at the end. Mix this in, and I like to let it thicken for a little while, just to get rid of some of the wateriness, and as you can see, it will slowly start releasing the oil. That's when you know it is completely cooked, and it's ready to eat. So give it a go, let me know how you feel, see if you like it. Don't forget, if you do like it, then like the post, comment, share, subscribe, and tell your friends about it. And I hope you enjoy making this curry, hope you've enjoyed watching my video, and yeah, have a delicious time.